Hi everyone. I want to talk to you today about the 3 A's. The 3 A's are to acknowledge, accept, and take action. I want to tell you today a little story about myself. For many, many years, I acknowledged the problem. Oh my goodness, the problem was staring me in the face, and I was making sure to talk about the problem. And I'm referring specifically to a loved one's addiction. The person I was really only willing to acknowledge it with, though, was the person with the addiction. And what I needed to do was acknowledge it to someone who could help. And so acknowledge is really important. We have a choice between denial and the truth. And when a problem seems daunting, it's very tempting to choose denial and say, well, you know, it'll get better, everything just happens for a reason, and, you know, I'm just going to keep living my life, and it'll sort itself out, and, you know, I believed things like that. I even had so much faith, I believed my faith would be enough to solve that problem. And I'm here to tell you today that that's just not the case with some problems, especially when those problems are originated in someone else's decision-making process. And so acknowledging the problem is key. But in my story, rather than accept where this person was at and accept that I couldn't choose for them, I skipped right over that acceptance part and I went right to the action part. And now if you have some kind of belief that you can change the situation, that your influence or your love or your something is enough to change the situation, you're going to skip over that acceptance and you're going to hit the action portion, and all your actions are going to be centered on what you can do to change the other person. And I don't know about you, but I have experienced in my life more times than I care to admit the futility of that course of action. It is fruitless. The only person that we have real control over is ourselves. And regardless of what we're talking about, whether it's relational or you know, a work-related thing or health and wellness, whatever it might be in your life, if your actions aren't centered on what you are willing and able to do, your actions are largely going to be fruitless. And so for so long, I just skipped over the accepting part until one day, you know, divine intervention, and I realized I can't change this other person. I can't plug my thoughts into their head. I can't plug my feelings into their heart. And I was spinning my wheels. And so I decided I would accept where this person was at. And I looked at it in its entirety, in the truth of it, no matter how much it scared me, no matter how much it hurt me, no matter how sad it made me. I looked at it, I acknowledged it, and then I accepted it. And it was when I accepted it that my course of action, the 3rd A, became finally productive, finally fruitful. After so long spinning my wheels and not moving, I began to move forward. My decisions and my course of action began to be centered around me and what I could do to change and what I could do to improve my life. I accepted the fact that some people might be okay with a lower quality of life, but that didn't mean I had to be too. And so I began to choose for me, and my actions were centered around what did I need to do to take care of me in light of this information, and what did I need to do to decide what I was willing and unwilling to do in light of this information and the fact that I now accept that this person may not ever change, ever. And that's a scary thought when you love someone, but I'm here to tell you it's freedom. It's your freedom. Accept that someone is where they are. They may never change. So now what? Act according to what you've acknowledged and accepted, and find a new place of freedom in your own heart, mind, and life, and begin your own journey to fulfillment and happiness.